Honorable Senators, proceedings hereby resume. Honorable Senators, I welcome you back to proceedings, and herefore would like to do the last items on the order paper. So, we'll be having the profile of Youth Impact Movement, and that will be read by Senator Faith Maju on behalf of the Deputy Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement in charge of Humanitarian Affairs, Todwe Fiato Raymond Adbu. Senator Faith will do the reading for us. Deputy President to take the chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Hello once again. I'm Faith Maju, Senator for the Volta West constituency, and I'll be reading the profile of Youth Impact Movement on behalf of our Deputy Executive Director, Togbi Fiato Raymond Elikemagbo. Mr. President, distinguished guests, honorable senators, ladies and gentlemen, I extend my warm greetings to you all. The Youth Impact Movement is a youth-centric organization founded in Ho, Ghana, on 22nd April 2021 by Jones Amega-Shiviglo, a dedicated political activist devoted to parliamentary democracy and African unity. Alongside co-founders Raymond Elikem Agbo and Amano David Now, our movement emerged from our concerns over governance challenges and the lack of unity within African nations. Our goal is to foster values of patriotism, honesty, transparency, diligence, selflessness, and commitment among the youth, aiming to nurture a new generation of leaders who place national interests above personal gain. Through a collaborative approach to participatory democracy, we strive to tackle the obstacles to good governance and African unity by equipping young leaders with parliamentary knowledge and skills. The Youth Impact Movement operates with a dual purpose. Youth Impact Parliament serves as a platform for character building and leadership development among Ghanaian and African youth, while Youth Impact Foundation acts as a fundraising and humanitarian hub to support our mission and vision. Statement of the problem. Madam President, in today's African context, many young people are disillusioned with the governance practiced by most African leaders. Issues such as widespread corruption, mismanagement of resources, human rights abuses, ethnic conflict, inadequate healthcare and education systems, deteriorating infrastructure, energy crisis, and a lack of unified vision for their nations are pervasive across many African countries. Although some leaders, such as the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and the late J.J. Rawlings of Ghana, Nelson Mandela of South Africa, Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, Paul Kagame of Rwanda, and John Magufuli of Tanzania have demonstrated a commitment to good governance and African unity, substantial progress is still needed. To overcome the legacy of poor governance in Africa, the continent requires a new breed of leadership. The Youth Impact Movement seeks to play a pivotal role in developing such leaders by offering a platform for building capacity in effective governance. These include character development, promoting integrity, enhancing skills in public policy analysis, improving education and healthcare, encouraging democratic engagement, providing constitutional education, advancing public speaking and communication, fostering equal opportunities and gender studies, cultivating social values, and instilling a sense of patriotism. As we embark on this crucial mission, we invite all stakeholders to collaborate and support the Youth Impact Movement in shaping a brighter future for African youth and fostering a generation of leaders committed to good governance and unity. Together, we can transform Africa and empower its youth to lead with integrity and purpose. Vision of the movement. Youth Impact Movement aspires to evolve into a distinguished virtual youth Pan-African parliament through its flagship project, Youth Impact Parliament. Our primary focus is to impart character training, instill democratic values, and foster a culture of good governance among the youth in Africa, with particular emphasis on Ghana. Mission of the movement. Youth Impact Movement is purposed to cultivate a new generation of African youth leaders characterized by unwavering integrity and impeccable character. Our ultimate goal is to contribute to national development, promote good governance, and foster African unity. Through our initiatives and endeavors, we aim to empower young leaders who champion positive change and uphold the principles of ethical leadership for the betterment of our continent. Objectives of the movement. Below are the objectives of Youth Impact Movement. 1. To foster character development by creating an enabling environment for the youth to build their character in integrity and selflessness. 2. To promote democratic youth leadership by creating opportunities for exposure in parliamentary processes and procedures. 3. To enhance the public speaking skills of youth by providing a comprehensive training ground for effective communication and eloquence. 4. To establish connections with parliamentarians to broaden parliamentary knowledge, skills, and attitudes among African youth. And 5, to support humanitarian efforts through partnerships with charity organizations and philanthropists. Branches of the movement. Madam President, the Youth Impact Movement is composed of 2 branches: Youth Impact Foundation and Youth Impact Parliament. To join either branch, individuals must first become members of the movement. Within YIP, which is the Youth Impact Parliament, members and leaders serve terms of either 1 year for Parliament or 2 years for the Senate. In contrast, supporters and collaborators of the foundation do not have a fixed tenure, although the foundation's leadership terms serves a term of 1 year. Youth Impact Parliament serves as the flagship initiative, while the foundation focuses on the humanitarian aspect of our work. Social media presence of the movement. Madam President, the Youth Impact Movement maintains an active presence on social media through both Facebook and WhatsApp groups. Similarly, the Youth Impact Foundation engages its audience via Facebook and WhatsApp groups. However, as a flagship project, Youth Impact Parliament boasts a comprehensive online presence. It operates multiple WhatsApp groups and a WhatsApp channel, a Facebook page with various groups, an Instagram account, an X, which is Twitter account, a Telegram group, a TikTok account, a LinkedIn profile, and a YouTube channel to enhance its reach and influence. Membership of the movement. Madam President, membership in the Youth Impact Movement is open to individuals of any nationality. Interested individuals can join by filling out the Google Form membership link available on our social media platforms, thus becoming part of the movement. In the Youth Impact Foundation, members are categorized as officers, supporters, partners, or collaborators, with their status subject to periodic review by the Executive Committee. Officers serve a renewable term of 1 year. For Youth Impact Parliament, membership requires reapplication annually due to the yearly tenure. The introduction of youth constituency representation has also expanded the membership process. The fourth parliament of YIP currently includes youth MPs from constituencies across 11 regions. Leadership of the movement. Madam President, the Youth Impact Movement is guided by a skilled leadership team and a decision-making body known as the Executive Board. The distinguished directors and their roles within the movement are as follows. For starters, we have the Executive Director in the person of Honorable Jones Amegashi-Viglo. We have the Deputy Executive Director in charge of Humanitarian Affairs, Mr. Raymond Elikem Agbo. Deputy Executive Director in charge of Parliamentary Affairs, Mr. Amano David Nar. Administrative Director in the person of Dr. Prisla Efiye Adai. Sorry for the mispronunciation. And Finance Director, Ms. Benedicta Jeke. The Executive Board includes these 5 directors along with the chairperson of the gathering of Youth Impact Foundation Chief Officers and the chairperson of the Conference of Youth Impact Parliament speakers and presiding officers who serve as ex-officio members. This dedicated leadership team is committed to steering the movement towards its noble vision and mission with integrity and dedication. Legality of the movement. Madam President, Youth Impact Parliament is officially registered as a youth organization with the National Youth Authority of Ghana, effective from 12th April 2022. Renew our registration annually, and we are working on registering the entire movement with the Registrar General's Department of Ghana. The movement operates under a constitution that governs its activities, while the Youth Impact Foundation adheres to this constitution, and the Youth Impact Parliament follows its own standing orders to manage its proceedings. Madam President, distinguished guests of honor, invited guests, honorable senators, ladies, and gentlemen, the Youth Impact Movement is here to stay. Thank you all for your attention and support. Together, we ensure that Youth Impact Movement achieves great success. Akpenami.
Wow, thank you so very much, Honorable Faith, for doing us the honor by reading the humanitarian affairs reports in for our own Honorable Raymond. So thank you so very much for doing us that honor. On that note, we will go straight to item 10 on the order paper. That is Statement of Youth Impact Foundation by our Chief Officer. Unfortunately, we have Senator, is it Dibo, right? Jobo. So on behalf of Honorable Harriet, So we'll have Senator Deborah to do us the honor by reading it on her behalf. So, honorable member, please take the podium and then give us the humanitarian.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, guest of honor, invited guests, honorable senators, ladies and gentlemen, the Youth Impact Foundation, YIF, was established as the humanitarian arm of the Youth Impact Movement, YIM, on the 22nd April 2002. Our foundation's primary mission is to support the broader vision and objectives of the YIM by securing funds and resources to engage in meaningful and impactful humanitarian activities that address pressing societal needs. The Executive Committee of the YIF comprises 5 key positions: Chief Officer, Administrative Officer, Financial Officer, Communications Officer, and Operations Officer. As Chief Officer, I am honored to lead this dynamic team, overseeing the strategic directions and activities of the foundation. Our Administrative Officer manages all clerical duties and ensures smooth office operations. The Financial Officer is entrusted with all financial matters, including budgeting and financial planning. The Communications Officer is responsible for managing our public relations and media outreach, ensuring our activities are well publicized. Lastly, the Operations Officer handles the coordination and implementation of our projects and initiatives. Since the tenure of the first Chief Officer, the Foundation has collaborated with various organizations and philanthropists, including Osborne Cares Foundation, Vera and Friends, Seth and Friends, Cyril and Friends, among others. Our humanitarian efforts have included supporting victims of the Akosombo Dam spillage and planning to donate books and pens to selected junior high schools in the Volta region to support their educational pursuits. The current Executive Committee will continue to encourage supporters to donate and drive our vision forward. Currently, YIF has a chapter in Ghana, and it aspires to establish chapters in other countries to broaden its impact. YIF firmly believes that donations to charity and supporting the less privileged extended beyond immediate humanitarian aid. Our mission encompasses training future leaders, building capacity, refining the attitudes of youth, expanding their social and political networks, and positioning them for employment. And appointment considerations, which are all vital aspects of humanitarian activities. The Foundation's mission is to raise funds to support these initiatives without burdening the beneficiaries. Madam President, distinguished guests, honorable senators, ladies and gentlemen, with your continued support and involvement, YIF will persist in its efforts to drive positive change and make a meaningful difference in the lives of those who aim to assist. Let us join hands in supporting the movement, ensuring that YIM and its humanitarian branch, which is YIF, achieve greatness. Thank you all for your attention. Akpenami.
Thank you so much, Senator Linda, for doing us the honor by reading it on behalf of Senator Harriet. Thank you so very much. So we're moving straight to item 11 on the order paper, Statement of Youth Impact Parliament by the Speaker of Parliament, Adam Osman. So, Mr. Speaker, please do us the honor by giving us the statement of the Parliament.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate you on assuming your office. Madam President, distinguished guests, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, Youth Impact Parliament fosters young leaders by encouraging democratic engagement, leadership growth, and public speaking proficiency. As our influence grows, we foresee invitation to participate in national bodies and media platforms, shaping a bright future for dynamic youth involvement. Madam President, honorable senators and guests, I stand here today to share the significant impact Youth Impact Parliament has had on our lives and the lives of many others. As we inaugurate this Senate, I am filled with gratitude for the transformative journey we have undergone. As a founding member of Youth Impact Parliament, I can attest to its mission of nurturing young youth in leadership roles, public speaking, parliamentary practices, and social values. Since 2021, Youth Impact Parliament has surpassed expectations in achieving these goals. In leadership roles, Youth Impact Parliament has inspired and involved us in serving as youth members of Parliament from various constituencies. Many of us have taken on key positions within Youth Impact Parliament, such as clerks, majority leaders, whips, committee chairs, vice chairs, ranking members, and deputy ranking members. This experience has provided us with valuable leadership responsibilities in a structured environment. Madam President, regarding public speaking, Youth Impact Parliament's monthly sitting has been crucial in developing our communication skills. My colleague, Honorable Vixen Bryce Salom, credits his improved confidence and public speaking abilities to Youth Impact Parliament. Regular opportunities to speak during our proceedings has been essential in our growth as effective communicators. YIP's focus on parliamentary business has been equally enlightening. Through orientation sessions and guest lectures from distinguished individuals such as Honorable Kofi Nochukote, Honorable Peter Nochukote, Honorable Kofi Ato, Honorable Emmanuel Bedra, Honorable Dr. Harrison Belli, Mr. Eric Kwanche, and many others, we have gained invaluable insight into parliamentary workings. The guidance and feedback from our Speaker of Parliament during sessions have further enhanced our understanding and practice of parliamentary procedures. In terms of social norms and values, YIP has been a guiding light. Our interactions with patrons like Honorable Divine Richard Bosson, Honorable Etonam, James Flolu, and Mr. Simon Avogan, along with other guests and colleagues who facilitated discussions on ethical conduct, respect, and leadership values, has been enlightening. Debates within Youth Impact Parliament have shaped our critical thinking and deepened our appreciation for the best norms and values to excel as leaders. Madam President, beyond these core areas, YIP has opened doors for many of us beyond we ever imagined. The opportunity to visit the Parliament of Ghana highlights our commitment to holistic development. Additionally, YIP has provided invaluable networking opportunities, allowing us to connect with peers nationwide and engage with key stakeholders from the legislature, executive, and various fields of expertise. We are profoundly grateful to Youth Impact Parliament for its transformative impact and call for continued support to further enhance our learning and development. We commend the visionaries for creating such a vital platform for our growth and celebrate all contributors. Madam President, on March 10, 2024, Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana, inaugurated its pilot Senate, establishing a bicameral legislature, unlike Ghana's traditional unicameral system. During the first session, the Senate elected its presiding officers, including His Excellency Jones Amegashi Viglo and Deputy President Her Excellency Deborah Teria, along with other key roles. A notable debate on introducing a bicameral legislature in Ghana highlights the session. Youth Impact Parliament has extended internationally with chapters in Uganda, India, and Namibia. The Uganda chapter, launched on November 11, 2022, is led by Speaker Dennis Anemukama. The Indian chapter, launched on November 13, 2023, is led by Speaker Bandao Shaka. The Namibian chapter, launched on the 22nd of March 2024, is led by Speaker Lucas Ingashipola. We are hoping to open our Tanzanian and Kenyan chapters very soon. YIP visited the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana on 29 November 2023 for an orientation and observation of parliamentary proceedings. Additionally, the Youth Impact Parliament won a debate competition organized by the Parliament of Ghana on 16 December 2023 to celebrate 30 years of uninterrupted parliamentary democracy in the Volta region. The victory was led by principal debater Honorable Kendall Elizabeth Mante and supportive debater Honorable Robert Fiaonu, earning the House a winner's cap and a cash prize. Madam President, it is important to emphasize that the participation in this Parliament is a conscious choice, not an obligation. Each senator who completes the nomination process must willingly embrace the responsibilities of consistent attendance, performing their duties as a youth MP, fulfilling financial obligations, and wholeheartedly engaging in the transformative experience we offer. We do not provide material allowances, but rather a wealth of knowledge and insights that transcends monetary value. In conclusion, Madam President, distinguished guests, honorable senators, ladies and gentlemen, this Senate has much to offer its members. They need only to present themselves to fully harness the abundant opportunities available. I thank you all. Akpenami.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Speaker. We are super grateful for the opportunity of you coming here to share this beautiful piece with us. We are super, super grateful. On that note, we are moving straight to item 12 on the order paper, which is outdooring of the leadership of the Youth Impact Parliament Senate. So I'll do it as in order. Straight to the office of the President of the Senate, we have His Excellency Jones Amagashi Viglo. Straight, well, are we hungry? I believe we've taken in something, so the yaya should come out if you want it to come. If not, next time the attemptating will be reduced. Yes, so I think I would want to start again. So the office of the President of the Senate, we have His Excellency Jones Amagashi Viglo. That's better. That means you don't want your attemptating to be reduced. Well, we will get there, don't worry. Supporting him is Her Excellency Senator Deborah Nana-Batavia, who is the Deputy President of the Senate, and equally the Central East Senate Senatorial Constituency as well. We are moving straight to the office of the Clerk, of which we have our very beautiful and amazing Aseye Imelda, Clerk for the Senate. Straight to Miss Elizabeth Cloche, who is also the Deputy Clerk of the Senate. I think the attemptating is going to start reducing. Straight to Miss Emefa Angela, Assistant Clerk of the Senate. Straight to the office of the Marshal of the Senate, Mr. Moses Esminu, right? Okay, Marshal of the Senate. We have Mr. Prince Oseyabua, Deputy Marshal of the Senate. Office of the Majority Leader of the Senate. When you talk about the majority, you know it's majority. And we are having Honorable Senator Elijah, who is equally the leader and also Senate for Greater Accra North Senatorial Constituency. Honorable Senator Linda Sewonu Adibo, who is the Deputy Majority Leader of the Senate, equally the Senator for Eastern North Senatorial Constituency. And thank you so much. You are doing great today, and I'm super proud of you. Super, super proud of you. We have Honorable Senator Cyril Kekeli Amavo, who is the Majority Whip of the Senate and also Senator for Walter South Senatorial Constituency. It's okay, thank you, and resume your seat, yeah. We have Honorable Senator Dr. Enyonam Gasu, who is the Deputy Majority Whip of the Senate, Senator for Asante South and Senatorial Constituency. Now we are moving to the office of the micro minority. Oh, okay, so, sorry, office of the micro minority, because you are okay, so we are moving to the office. Office of the minority leader of the Senate. Sorry, not micro minority, but minority of the Senate. Okay, so it's rather a minority leader, okay? Yeah, Honorable Senator Edward Senyo Amenu, who is the Minority Leader of the Senate, Senator for North East West Senatorial Constituency. Honorable Senator Jonathan Nimo, who is the Deputy Minority Leader of the Senate, Senator for Eastern West Senatorial Constituency. Is it because minority, so you don't want to add the yeah? Because with the majority, I heard the yeah. And so they have to do it for you. Okay, I think I understand. So I believe I'll hear the response from the next person. We are moving straight to Honorable Senator Michael Kwesi Frabo, who is the Minority Whip of the Senate, Senator for Western South Senatorial Constituency. Honorable Senator Aishetu, Deputy Minority Whip for the Senate, Senator for Savannah North Senatorial Constituency. So, Honorable Senators, those are your leaders, and then you have to give them the duly respect, give them all the support that you can offer them in order for them to equally serve you and serve you well. So those names mentioned are the leaders of the Youth Impact Parliament Senate. On that note, we are moving straight to item 13 of the order paper, that's self-introduction of the senators. I believe we are equally going to. Oh, okay. So with that, I think with the introduction, we've done it. If you want to add pepper, make sure you are adding salt, but minimal salt and not that much. So on that note, we want to do that. That's item 13 of the order paper. So we'll start with the micro minority. You will equally have to do the introduction. Thank you. So, no, he will explain, Taya.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise this afternoon as the leader of the majority in this House to sound a disclaimer to the names that you refer us. According to the standing orders, there is nothing in there as micro minority. And on that note, and with the greatest respect, we would like to be called the minority side of the House, not the whatever you call us. So please, let it be on record that we don't have anything in our standing orders or in any constitution anywhere that we are micro minority side. Therefore, we would like to plead your indulgence to come again before we can even introduce ourselves, because what you are saying, we don't belong there. Thank you so much.
Honorable Senator Edward. Oh, you have, okay.
Thank you, Mr. President and the August House. My name is Cyril Kekeli Amevo, Senator for the Volta South. I stood to correct my brother, my honorable member from the other side. There's nothing like in the constitution there is like nothing like mini micro, but your number will befit how they will call you. So you should get to know that no, they are calling them micro based on their numbers in the chamber, not because you have anything in the constitution that state that oh, they are micro or this. Thank you.
Whether our number is 2 or 1.
So it's okay. So thank you very much, Senator Kekeli. So Senator Edward, thank you for that. Thank you for what you said. No, it's okay. I really appreciate what you want to say and what he has also said without any arguments or whatsoever. In fact, it's okay. I understand. On that note, I believe we've even done the introduction already. We did that even on behalf of our guests. So I believe that's okay for now. We know ourselves, of which it's okay. So, no, it's okay. I think the sugar is okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. So, on that note, okay, so on that note, Senator Edward, on that note, you are my minority, not micro minority. So the micro has been taken off, so you are now minority, not macro. Please, are we okay? So on that note, I didn't want us to do the introduction again, but if we want to do it, please, if we want to do it, the pepper and sugar shouldn't be too much. We are just few. Let's do it so that at least we'll be able to.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Madam President, looking at the item on the order paper, I believe we have already introduced ourselves. So I think that that item on the order paper has already been worked on. So Madam President, please, with your indulgence and with your guidance, please can we skip to the next item on the order paper? Thank you.
So on that note, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I think I equally want to.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I want to put, the name is Robert Fiaono. I want to put Honorable Speaker to order. I want to put him to order. That the first introduction done on the order paper was not even captured in the order paper. It was for the sake of our guests of honor and the guest speaker. Now that they are not in the house, and even the introduction is well captured on the order paper, so we can't just jump that order even captured on the order paper. So I'm putting Mr. Speaker to order that we need to move ahead to do the introduction as even moved by this by Madam President. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam President. Madam President, I believe His Excellency Jones Amegashiviglo, when he was chairing at that time, stated emphatically that we'll be doing self-introduction. And looking at the other paper, is because of the guest. That's why that item was moved before. So you can ask the table office, the answer department, whether they were not captured, like the self-introduction were not captured. Then if no, then we'll proceed. Madam Speaker, I'm the one on floor before.
Thank you, Madam President and our guest house. From we, the majority side of the house, we want to move a motion so that we'll skip that item, then we proceed to the next one. So on this stand, I move a motion for us to jump item 13 for us to proceed to item 14. Thank you.
So any seconder to move the item 13 on the order paper? Okay. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, honorable members. Honorable members, there should be decorum in the house. Honorable members, there should be a kind of decorum in the house. Honorable members. Thank you very much, Madam President. Madam President, I rise to second the motion moved by Honorable Senator Cyril Amevo Kekeli. Thank you very much.
Okay, so at this moment, okay, so Honorable Hubert.
Thank you very much, Madam President, for the opportunity to speak on the subject matter. Madam Speaker, this is a Senate sitting, and as I am sitting here, I am a parliamentarian, a youth MP for the lower chamber. So if there's any subject matter like this, I don't see the reason why an MP should be having an entrenched position like Honorable Robert Fiaono, like my right honorable speaker. We have senators sitting here that can equally channel their grievances to you. But Speaker, right honorable, we are invited here. We are not members of this sitting. We are not members of this sitting. So if not for anything at all, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Yes. I see no reason why Honorable Robert will be putting somebody to order. A senator, you can't go to parliament and let's say you've invited the president of the day, which is Mahama, and then he will be putting Honorable Agbana to order. It's not done. Unless it's a decision of the house that we should also partake in the decision. But on the other side, I've observed something. When you are mentioning the leaders of the house, the majority side, you mentioned the majority leader, the year wasn't that loud. Same as Senator Dibo. Aha. But when we reached Senator Cyril Kekeli Amovo, the year from the clerk's table, it's even over the roof. It's an observation I've made, especially the clerk Hilda, and we need to probe into this. I see. In conclusion, this must be looked into. Thank you.
So thank you, Honorable Hubert, for that observation. On that note, Senator Edward, please hold on. You will have the chance to speak. But before that, I will call on Mr. Speaker to take the chair. Mr. President, please take the chair.
Hello, honorable senators. I thank you very much for your astute enthusiasm in your quest to introduce yourself. But we are behind time, and by 5 o'clock we have to close. I think the minority leader of the Senate has been satisfied that he is no more a minority leader. Please, if you could just take a clue from that so that we move on with the items of the day to be heavily appreciated. Because everyone is tired. Even I. In my clerks, they haven't even eaten. They are still here. So you have been introduced twice today. So please, with all due respect, let's keep item 13. Item 13 on the other paper. Senator Edward.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the early part of the program, when it was time for us to introduce ourselves, and because this house is a house of records, if we should play back what you said in the introduction part, we at the minority side would have understood so that we can move on. But for the sake of the sanity of this house, you said earlier that there is an item on the order paper reserved for introduction. And when we get there, honorable senators will have the time to add the salt, the sugar, the pepper to whatever introduction they want to do. Hence, we should make the initial one so brief and proceed. We cannot come back to misinform the House that the Honorable President did not say that there is an item on this place. Yes, Madam President, who just left the seat, said we have done that already, so he's keeping an item on the order paper which is unacceptable in this House in the first place. We should rather build consensus that this and that is the reason why we want to move. But to trample on our right to introduce ourselves is a no-no for us. And until you come in to say that it is because we are behind time, we understand you from that perspective. But some people are here that have not spoken for some time. And they want to voice out something to move their jaw. Just like you did for fairness sake, we should be able to be brief with the introduction so that we can move on as quickly as possible. I thank you. Okay, my name is Senator Edward Senya Amenu. My name is Senator Edward Senya Amenu. I'm the minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I go by the name Honorable Senator Adonu Charles, and I am the Senator for Hafo South Central seat, and then the acting Deputy Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President and the guest house. Before I go with the introduction, I want it to be known to the honor members at the other side that this is Senate, not joint sitting. This is Senate sitting, not a joint sitting. They are only sitting there just to occupy space, not for them to assume full role as senators. So before I go, my name is Cyril Kekeli Amevo, Senator for Volta South. We produce the youngest MP in Parliament from Ketu North, Honorable Edem Agbana. Thank you. You brought the issue. You brought it.
My name is Jobolinda Sawonu, Senator for Eastern South Senatorial Constituency.
Thank you, Mr. President. I go by the name Elisha Kim Kanya. I'm the majority leader and also senator to the good people of Greater Accra, the north side. Thank you.
What he said, wasn't right.
Thank you very much. Mr. President and the August House for the opportunity. My name is Doche Samson, Youth MP for Kwahua from Place North, the chairperson for the Education Committee, and the cluster head. Mr. Speaker, I must say that, Mr. Speaker, I must say that this, oh, you are confusing me. Mr. President, I must say that this bicameral legislature that you have introduced in this country is very good. And I want to say that the upper chamber should be introduced at the Ghana's parliament so that they can support the minority during this tenure of office. Because I can realize that the power will be so meager and the majority will always want to bully the minority. So it is good we introduce this at the Ghana's parliament. And also I want to add that the opportunity that you have taken for most of us is not good. So I would like to plead with you. After my speech, you kindly give the opportunity to my colleagues to also have a bite. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I've been waiting for this moment. And finally, the moment has come. So before I will introduce myself, I would like to tackle, yes, I would like to tackle some preliminary issues. Okay, so, okay. I beg to koto to your poho. My name is Robert Fiawonu, MP for Kratchi East constituency, the deputy minority leader in the lower chamber. Right Honorable Speaker, I said, thank you very much for this opportunity, and I would like to tackle some preliminary issues in the floor of Parliament before I leave the mic. This is the upper chamber, and I would not like the upper chamber to be playing with the standing orders of Youth Impact Parliament. The Youth Impact Parliament orders are very rigid and must be done away with that kind of rigidity. It shouldn't be flexible at times, rigid at times. No, it must go with that rigidity. And I will say that the upper chamber should be ready to do things happily. Because looking at Honorable Adonu here, Honorable Adonu is naked before the house. We are not in club here. Honorable Adonu should look honorable or should look sanitary. The word. I don't know if it is in dictionary, but I think you can. Yes, so Mr. President, like I said, the upper chamber should do things happily so that with the lower chamber, we can also try to emulate some kind of this thing from them. But I will also say that today's sitting has been fruitful. I've learned a lot, and thank you very much, the President, for organizing this sitting. Thank you very much. Allow me to take my bike.
Do you want to speak? Do you want to speak? You say human being. Mr. President, you want to speak? You want to introduce yourself now?
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Domobenu Mark Bless, Youth MP for Southstone constituency, Minority Chief Whip for the lower chamber, and Operating Officer for the Youth Impact Movement. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, I I think we have had a very refreshing time, but we want to proceed with the end of business items. So thank you very much. Honorable Senators, we are proud to the end of business. I will move straight to the formation of the Committee on Selection. Honorable Senators, in accordance with Order 105 of the Standing Orders, which reads that at the first sitting of the first session of every new Senate, the Senate shall constitute a Committee on Selection, which shall include the President as chairperson, the Deputy President as a member, the Majority Leader as a member, Minority Leader as a member, and Clerk as Member Secretary. On that note, I present to you the membership of the Committee on Selection. Chairperson, John Samega Shibiglo, President. Member, Deborah Nana Batevia, Deputy President. Member, Elisha Kim Kahia, Majority Leader. Member, Edward Senya Amenu, Minority Leader. Member Secretary, Aseye Imelda Oseifwa. Honorable Senators, can the Majority Leader just say, I move, and I take it as motion has been moved for the adoption of the committee? Thank you. Second. Thank you very much. Honorable Senators, motion moved and seconded that the Committee on Selection be formed. All in favor of this motion, say aye. Not in favor, say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Therefore, the Committee on Selection is now accordingly formed. The committee shall be responsible for presenting the list of members of all 18 committees, 16 committees of the Senate. And our next sitting is highly likely to be in April. So at the April sitting, where will be the joint the fourth anniversary special sitting, that will be done there. As you know, the Senate sits once in 3 months. So from January, we go to April. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much. We move to item 15 on the order paper, closing remarks by the Deputy President of the Senate, Her Excellency Senator Deborah Nana Batevia. Kindly give us the closing remarks. The closing remarks.
Thank you so very much, Mr. President, for this beautiful opportunity to give the closing remarks. Well, thank you so much once again. Our guests who they've left, but we still recognize them, that we are super grateful for them to be here. Senators, ladies and gentlemen, it's such a great honor to give this closing remarks. First and foremost, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished guests of honor that they came today. That's Reverend Dr. Bright Adona and Mr. Raphael Kuda, and other dignitaries, that's yourself, that you represent all the occasion. In fact, you made it very beautiful, memorable, and wonderful, and for that we are super grateful for all that. I would also like to extend my special acknowledgement to the HTU SLC and the whole Municipal Assembly for their extremely and extraordinary support. Their selfless generosity in granting us access to this SLC JCL venue has been a tremendous help for all of us by giving us the opportunity to always having our sittings and provided, printings and facilities has been equally instrumental in the smooth functioning of this program. Mr. President, today we bid farewell to the senators of the Pivot Senate. We express our utmost gratitude to them for their dedication and invaluable contribution during their tenure. Their commitment to our shared vision has paved the way for the senators of the First Senate, who now assume the responsibility of the further advance the goals of the Youth Impact Parliament. A hallmark of the Youth Impact Parliament is our unwavering commitment to record keeping and accessibility. Unlike many other youth parliaments, we diligently record and upload all of our sittings on Facebook, YouTube, ensuring transparency and wider public engagement. Additionally, our Virtue Leadership Seminar Series is recorded and made valuable or available on the same platforms. We actively engage our members through our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube at Youth Impact Parliament, fostering continuing learning and capacity building opportunities. We urge all of you present here to follow our social media handles and stay connected with our vibrant Youth Impact Parliament. Mr. President, while we celebrate our achievement today, we must also address the issue of poor attendance experienced during the first Senate. As Deputy President, I humbly employ all honorable senators to patronize our presence as the future citizens. No matter what happens, whatever happens here, if we don't take it up, nobody is going to support us. So for our own citizens, for our own activities to be seen or heard by everyone, it will be the effort of us to be sharing it every day on all of our social media handles. In case where attendance is not possible, kindly seek the presidential permission in advance. I want to give you the glimpse into our upcoming agenda. The next sitting will focus on the report of the Committee on Selection. Your active participation and presence will be crucial in shaping the outcome of this important discussion. In conclusion, I extend our deepest gratitude to everyone who has made this inaugural sitting a remarkable success. Your support, enthusiasm, and dedication have laid a strong foundation for the Youth Impact Parliament. Let us continue to work together, inspire, change, and create a brighter future for the Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana, and the whole world. Thank you so very much. On that note, Happy New Year once again, and congratulations to all of you for making it to the first Senate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Senate. We'll go to votes of thanks, and that will be done by no other person than our beautiful clerk to the Senate, Ms. Asei Imelda.
Mr. President, honorable senators, on behalf of the President and the entire First Senate of Youth Impact Parliament, I am privileged to deliver this vote of thanks. I extend my deepest appreciation to the Almighty God for granting us life and the opportunity to inaugurate the First Senate of Youth Impact Parliament. We acknowledge and convey our sincerest gratitude to our special guests of honor for gracing this momentous occasion. Your presence has elevated the significance of this gathering, and we are truly grateful. May God bless each and every one of you. I would also like to express our heartfelt thanks to all the invited guests, participants, and members who have joined us today to celebrate this important milestone. Your presence has made this event truly remarkable, and we deeply appreciate your support and encouragement. Your unwavering commitment to the vision and mission of the Youth Impact Parliament is truly inspiring, and we are honored to have you as part of our community. Mr. President, furthermore, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the organizers of these sittings, the funders, and all the role players who have contributed to the success of this program. Your dedication and hard work have been instrumental in creating an impactful and memorable inaugural sitting. We express our gratitude to you for your invaluable support and contributions. Lastly, I would like to express our profound gratitude to you, Mr. President, and your team for your exemplary leadership and guidance throughout this process. Your commitment to fostering an inclusive and productive parliamentary environment has been instrumental in the success of our proceedings. We commend your dedication and extend our heartfelt appreciation for your invaluable contributions. In conclusion, we thank each and every one of you for your presence, support, and contributions to the First Senate of Youth Impact Parliament. Your participation has made this gathering a resounding success, engagement, and collaboration as we strive to make a positive impact in the lives of young people. May God bless you all abundantly. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, the hour has finally come. As you see me so, I can start dozing right now. But me, I'm not tired though. My deputy is tireder than me. My deputy is tired. In fact, my clerk is tireder than me. This is the beauty of our sacrifice. It's not like we don't have anything to do. It's not like we don't have anywhere to go. It is just the love for this group and for the fact that we know where we are going to. That is why we are here. And I want to say thank you to all of you deeply. Deeply. And may I say, I want to admire the Marshal and Deputy Marshal who have been at post today without shaking. Lieutenant Colonel Moses, SMN. Yes, yes, yes. Major General Prince Oseyeboa. Yes. Yes, yes. You see, they are feeling you already. Yes. We are proud of the love you have for this group. And thank you very much. May I also thank my clerks. Since morning they have been with me. I thought they would leave me, but they are still here. Miss Aseye and Miss Angela, I say thank you to you. And I pray that in the next 2 years, you people will not depart from me. You'll be with me till the first Senate to end January 2027. May I say to Senator Kim, the leader of the Majority Caucus, and Senator Edward, I thought you guys would also leave me, but you are still here. And I'm very happy because I know since you are still seated here, it means January 2027, both of you will come and will dissolve the first Senate as well. Yes. And to all other senators, Senator Linda, Senator Cyril, and then Senator Charles. Honorable Mark, thank you so much. May I once again want to say a big thank you to my beautiful deputy for staying with me, although she could have been somewhere else. She might not be in the best of conditions, but has left everything she's doing just to come and support us. And she's still here till we have closed. And so on behalf of the Senate, Madam Deputy President, we say thank you. Now, adjournment to the second Senate sitting. For this particular opportunity, Senator King, before you move the motion, you can give your remark. It shouldn't be long, but whatever remark, you can appreciate your four-member caucus. Please come for the mic.
Thank you, Mr. President. I go by the name Elisha Kim, Majority Leader of the Senate. And I want to thank each and everyone for coming around for this, especially, and I'm proud of them, so proud of them. I really love them so much. We should keep on coming and also inculcating others to also represent as well. And we are not naked, we are fully dressed, and you can see. They should also learn from us. We don't wear sneakers. They should buy 650 shoes and wear. As you can see, yeah, they are all well dressed. They should, if you can see, yes. So they should learn from the majority. Always will be the leaders. Always will be the leaders. All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, on that note, I still stand to move the motion for the adjournment of the Senate if there's no other business to move with. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's just interesting that people who call you minority are actually not what they think they are as majority. In the sense that if they are majoring in the minors and minoring in the majors, things that are of no use, they start to make it as a case. Then that tells you that clearly they don't know the definition of what they are as majority. In fact, I love the name you are describing me as, because yesterday when I stepped in here, that was exactly what Mr. Speaker said. Nevertheless,
Thank you, Mr. President, and I guess Honorable Member, please remain standing. I want to put you to order. Thank you. He made a statement that we made some comment that doesn't mean we don't know. In Parliament, it's in our standing orders that I need to dress what honorably. But when you look at just right behind him, his colleague, I don't know if he's a leader or maybe just a senator, but their own caucus members said what? We are not in club. So he's naked before the house. So, no, he said we don't know what we're talking about. The statement he made first. That my leader said what? His partner is naked. Honorable member, listen to me. I'm on the floor. Mr. Speaker, I'll put him to order. I'm on the floor. Oh no, honorable member, I'm on floor. So my point is, what my leader said is very right. He should correct his honorable member that coming next for the next sitting, they should at least look good. Look at me, Mr. President. Thank you.
Difficult to get what the order is.
Honorable Senators, I don't know how to rule on this point of order because I want to uphold some and overrule some. So in that particular case, your point of order to Senator Charles is upheld, but your point of order to Senator Edward is overruled.
Thank you, Mr. President. In fact, that is why you are the wisest. In fact, I don't want to be listening to distractions. And it is obvious that the majority clearly don't know exactly what their duty is in this house. Per what they have displayed here this very evening, yes, we know we are the minority and we are only two. Mr. President, can these people, my honorable members, my honorable senators, who call the majority side, allow me to make my point? Before I move to second to the adjournment of the sitting, please, I would like to thank you so much for putting this together, and whoever has been part and parcel of this Youth Impact Parliament. I pray may the Almighty God replenish you, your energies, and everything that we have invested in this great venture. We pray that the next time we are going to meet, Mr. Speaker, and the leadership of this August House should do our feeding to be encourageable. And that also goes back to us as senators to also endeavor to support with the little that we can do, so that we will not be drinking these sugar things. It is equally not good for our health, but that is what we have available, and that is what we can provide for now. That said, yes, we are here to learn, and I will take full responsibility of my senator who is not well dressed, and we'll go back and then we'll do our homework. The next time that we are coming fully prepared to face our opponent at the other side. On that note, I second the adjournment of the House. Thank you, Mr. President.
Honorable Senators, the hour has finally come. Senator Deborah, do you remember August 2023, the dissolution of the second parliament to the third parliament? It was a similar exercise to this. By the time you got to adjournment, you were super exhausted. So, since members don't know, I'll just give you the information at once. You have seen for the first time a kente rope in Youth Impact Parliament. Yes, so in addition to all the ropes that we have done, we have decided to do 2 special rules for the Speaker of Parliament and the President of the Senate that has kente inculcated into the design. Because all our ropes is just the material and satin, just like this. But for 2 occasions only that we'll use these ropes: inaugurations and anniversaries. So in April, Mr. Speaker and I will wear our special robes again. In August, the Speaker will wear his special robe at the inauguration and normal robe at the dissolution. So that is for you to note. And may I reiterate again that it's only YIP, Youth Impact Parliament, that has its set of robes in Ghana. All the other parliaments only have some, they don't have all. So we take pride in this record. We have, and we even have surplus. The clerks are 3, but they have 4 rows. They are 3, but they have 4 rows. Madam Deputy President, if you like, we will sew another normal row for her. She use this one for special occasions. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, we have pride in what we do. And may I say that there are eyes on us. And you know, all of you here, you know that people are watching us. And people follow what we do. So if you know what you want, just as you are taking what you are doing serious, you will surely gain and achieve that particular aim you are looking for. I bless you that YIP will contribute to greater heights in your life. Thank you all. Honorable Senators, motion moved and seconded for the adjournment of this House to the second sitting in April. I therefore put the question to the House, to the Senate. All senators in favor of this motion, say aye. Not in favor of this motion, say nay. Nay. Honorable Senators, it appears I have not heard clearly. So, our Senate do now stand adjourned to the second Senate sitting scheduled in April.